I keep going in and out. But let me get this out before my internet goes out because it's important. I want to share it with you. Hi, hello everybody. Good afternoon. Kim Roundtree here. I work with people who are ready to remove the top two passion killers, and I believe it's fear and failure. I teach them how to live with passion, on purpose, for purpose. All right. I want to talk to you about finding peace when life spins out of control. Finding peace when life spins out of control. That's what I want to talk about. All right. So one day, a long time ago, I asked a friend how she managed to cope with constant change, with turmoil, with just stuff everywhere. Just like, how do you deal with that? And she explained that she's learned that peace isn't something that comes from perfect circumstances. Peace is something that flows from her relationship with God. All right. So when she said that, okay, I get it. But how do you do it? Like, what? I get the whole thing about your relationship with God, Jesus Christ, the Lord, Him crucified. I get it. It's easy to say that, but what does that look like in everyday life? Like, what do I have to do? What do people need to do in order to find peace when things are out of control? Like, what do you do? And I know these days, even right now, I've told you all this before. I don't watch the news because it makes me feel out of control. It makes me feel I can't do certain things to help, and it weighs heavy on me. So I just, I'm careful what goes in my ears and what I watch. So sometimes, though, it's tempting to think that if you had an ideal circumstance, an ideal situation, that you'd feel more at peace. Maybe you be at peace if your job wasn't so stressful, or maybe you tell your friends that you'd be at peace if you had a better marriage. Maybe you get peace if you didn't have like sickness or chronic sickness or illness. But peace doesn't stem from your circumstance. There's a difference between peace and happiness. Peace doesn't stem from your circumstances. You can be living in the best or the worst moments of your life, and you can still know peace. So I'm going to give you three hard truths about peace. I'm going to give you three hard truths about peace. Peace can seem just out there, elusive at times, or at least it does for me. So maybe you're going through a crisis or a season of crises, of a season of chaos. Everything's it feels unpredictable or outside of your control. But the secret to maintaining your peace is not really a secret. It lies in remembering these three things. I'm going to give them to you. The first is there will be trouble. There will be trouble. There will be trouble. There will be trouble. All right. So believe before we leave this earth. Listen, Jesus told us that you may have peace, but there's going to be trouble in this world. You will always experience that. You might not experience it, but it's going to be in the earth. It's going to be in the earth, right? So, um, not that you might be in trouble or that you could have trouble, but he said that it's 100% guaranteed as a result of living in a fallen world. There is, if you look at, where is it? I wrote it, John 16:33. All right. So, but he didn't stop there. He didn't stop there when he told that Jesus, he also made a promise to us that we can have peace. You can have peace because he has already overcome the world. This is a victory that he freely offers to all of his followers, everybody. You know what? I think my computer just hung up. I cannot believe this. I'll be back, y'all. Did it hang up? Maybe it didn't. This is the devil. All right. So if it hangs up, I'll come back. Truth number 2 is you can choose your response. It's easy to be at peace. It is when your marriage is flowing smoothly, when your children are not acting crazy, when your children, when your teenager is not moody, when your boss is having a good day. It's easy. It's very easy. Very easy. But listen, you can choose your response. You can. That's truth number 2. You can choose your response. You can. When you focus on your response during a situation, during a chaotic moment, instead of what everyone else is saying and doing, you'll be able to stay clear-headed and at peace. That's number 2. Number 1 was there will be trouble. Number 2 is you can choose your response. And number 3 is it might be time to change. It might be time for change. This is hard truth. It is. It's a hard truth to swallow. But if you're continually surrounding yourself by chaos and uncertainty, it might be time to consider making different choices. So maybe you're in a marriage that your spouse is like an alcoholic or something like that. Perhaps you're living in a small town, a home packed with clutter, all of that kind of stuff. You're in a job that you totally hate. Those things you might I'm not telling you to leave. I'm not telling you to do whatever, but this is what I do know. If you live in a small house, you can clean your house. You can only change what your response is. Okay. You can only do that. Your marriage might be painful, but it's familiar. Whereas pain of a separation, so your spouse can, get help and things like that, it brings up chaos. So your clutter might be making it difficult for you to live, right? But it's a familiar. It's a familiar. You don't have a problem with the clutter. But as scary as change might be, you don't have to be afraid, and you can have the assurance that God's constant presence is available to you. That's what you can know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. So I wanted to talk to you about that, just because I feel that there's a whole lot of unpeaceness. That's not a word, but unpeaceness going on. And I just want you to know that when life spins out of control, we can do 3 things. There's 3 hard truths to that. Number 1 is we can understand and know that there will be trouble always. There's always going to be trouble. And then number 2, you can choose your response to that trouble. And then number 3, it might be time just for a change, whatever that change is. All right. That's all. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope you all are well. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you're not just taking care of yourself, that you allow God to take care of yourself too. Bye.